Hey, it's Olga here from Degtyareva.com and Productivity for Scientists. And the topic of today's video is how to get your work done despite of. And what do I mean by this? Well, we all get bad news from time to time. And when we get those bad news, we get upset, distracted, scattered, and unfocused, and we are unable to do our work. And there is some work that has to be done now. There might be a short deadline that you have. There might be a longer deadline, but some of the work has to be done now. And when we receive the bad news, we're just unable to do any work. We call the day short, we go home, or we just scattered and do anything but the work. Now, many of us got a very bad news this week, right? We had the EU referendum here in UK, and many of us woke up on Friday morning to an utter shock and disbelief about the outcome of the referendum, that the majority voted to leave the EU. Now, many of us are from EU, are from other countries. The science is so international, and those of you who are British also been so shocked and in disbelief about the outcome. Of course, it's that feeling that it's all going to be affecting us directly and imminently, and how the whole science will be changing and how we do things. And just really the shock. We were expecting that the outcome would be positive, right? That we remain in there, for us positive, that will remain in EU. Now, I also heard that Friday was not good to do any work, right? Many of us were just scattered, distracted. We couldn't focus on anything that needed to be done. Now, I had a very busy Friday. I had 2 live events that I was hosting, the Get It Done session in the morning and the Q&A session with someone else for our online courses. So I needed to focus, but in between, I was also distracted and checking the news, checking the Facebook feed. And because there is so much uncertainty and so much fear and worry in it, we try to check the Facebook, check the news, just try to see, well, is there any hope that will calm us down? And that all just takes our time away. So today, in this video, I want to give you 2 strategies that will help you to focus and will help you to get that work done that you need to get done. Okay, sounds good? Now, the first strategy is compartmentalizing. So you need to compartmentalize your time and your attention to say, okay, right now I'm just gonna go fully into that worry. It could be, the worry could be anything. It could be that EU referendum, or it could be smaller things, like you've got a news about the rejection of your paper or your grant proposal, or your job application didn't go through, or it's something in outside work in your life, right? It could be a news that you need to move the house, or a sickness in the family, or anything else. It could be just a criticism or humiliation, right? So we experience that by your supervisor, your colleague, and then this just can get you off focus towards your work and distracted for days or even weeks. It used to be me. If someone would criticize, I would get really distracted for days or even weeks. Now, so this is the first strategy, compartmentalizing. For 2 or 3 hours, you say, okay, now I'm just worrying and focusing on the problem. I'm looking up the news and I'm doing, Facebook and everything. And I'm crying and worrying. But then at some point in the day, you just need to say, okay, now for 2 hours, I'm not going to do that. So that's your compartmentalizing. I'm just gonna focus on my work as if nothing else exists. Now, this is a good skill to have, and I spoke to some of you and you say, well, I can't do this. I can only focus on one thing and solve the problem, right, until it's solved. But this is a really good skill to develop, compartmentalizing. So for the next 2 hours, nothing else exists. You just focus in your emotions, in your thoughts, on just the work. Define the few doable steps and do them in the next 2 hours. And then after that, you can worry and cry and rant and do whatever you need to do for worrying about that problem. Now, the second strategy I want to give you, it refers to the uncertainty that we feel when we have that bad news. Either this is a EU referendum or anything about your job or grant application. We feel the uncertainty, and the uncertainty alone can really distract us off work and really make us scattered and like looking for solutions, or we're really going into our mind into possible worst case scenarios, right? What's going to happen. Now, so the second strategy is all about you feeling the certainty now. There are certain way that you can feel that certainty. Look around you and notice what is certain about your life. What's this certain about your work? Maybe you've got the job and the income. That's certain, right? That the floor is not falling through, and you're not falling through the floor. Yeah, it's solid and it's certain. There are maybe other couple of things. Maybe there's certain friends you have and you are certain of their friendship. It could be anything. So I want to challenge you and come up with 10 things that are certain about your life and about your work, and this will help you to feel certain. Now, these are the 2 strategies. Apply them and get some work done. Okay, this is all for today, and if you're not yet receiving this free and weekly video strategies in your email box, go to my website, olgadegtyareva.com, and go to the top and get your free resources to be productive, to be more productive now, and you will also receive these weekly strategies straight into your email inbox. Okay, this is all for today. Bye.